live stream. And we're doing the crime scene photos. We're doing a whole investigation here. Not a whole investigation. That's for something else, right? This is well known. The first, what is this? The first crime mystery of the social media age. Maura Murray. Very well known cold case, right? Well known. Maura Murray. So guys, you know the deal here. The real review, we look on the internet, use the same investigative tools, have everything ready to go. I'm actually having my Google Earth. I'm already on Bradley Road. I'm there. Are you there with me? So, yeah, I'm here. I'm at the crash site on Google Earth. You can actually get level. It's so fucking weird. Cool. Wow, what forestry here. The reason I want to do this is because I've never... this was on TV. I forget what program. There was it wasn't All Solved Mysteries, but feels like that. But it was, yeah, it was... This would be considered the first crime mystery of the social media age. Murray's disappearance has been cited as the first crime mystery of the social media age and generated speculation from the media and the public, specifically on the internet, in online forums and message boards. So you could see where this is going to come into play here with the internet, with these theories. We want to take all theories here at the Real Mover channel into account. That is for sure. We're going to take those theories into account, every single theory, and we're going to come to the truth. So... You know the deal here, I'm demonetized over 4 years, over 100,000 views on all my videos, 1.4K videos since that 4 years, and not a penny to the real reviewer due to that demonetization by YouTube. So please, if you want to help my channel and help me keep streaming and doing videos, period, just go ahead and just donate to my Cash App. Link is on my channel page. Rings True with the Z, the link is there. You'll see me by my logo. You'll know it's me. All right, guys, Maura Murray. Now, the first crime mystery of the social media age, no doubt about it. We have the crime scene photos here. If you and there is, you know what's interesting here? We're just gonna start out here. Wow. Well, Maura Murray was young. She's only 21. She's going to college, right? It's cold. Take this into note that this is happening. She disappears in February, right when it's cold. I'm sure the weather in New Hampshire isn't too forgiving, especially during the winter time. So Murray here is pictured at an ATM. Last known image of her at this ATM. Let me show you this last known image. So they have a couple of them actually, because she's taking money out of an ATM, see? And we see the amount, but that is Maura Murray. It'll be first. That's her taking the money out, you know, counting it, making sure she gets all what she needs. That's as simple as that. Here's the car that's crashed. She's going to crash this car right on this road, and I'm going to show you it on Google Earth. A little fender bender, but the reason I'm going to show you all this first, and here's Google Earth, I'm there. This is about where she crashed. And then, you know, there's a memorial somewhere here, but this is the road. And look at all this forestry, guys, and it's winter. This is in summer here. This is from 2026. So, but this is the road she crashed on. Right here would be the barn, more than likely, that we're looking at in those crime scene photos. And her car would be shortly here, and that's it. She disappears from there. She's seen by a school bus driver who says, hey, you need help. And Maura says, no, don't call the police. He said, I'll call the police. She said, no, do not call the police. So she didn't want any police involved. And the internet's going to blow this up to you in 2004. And yeah, let's go a little further. So I'm going to show you what we have up and what we're ready to do here. So I told you she's going to college, and it's a single vehicle crash on Route 112. I showed you that area, right? That's exactly where she crashed. But I want you to keep in mind it's cold, okay? Very cold at this time. Looks like she's up in the hills. You see that? Terrain is probably unforgiving. The weather. All right, so Maura, earlier that afternoon, she had emailed to professors and work supervisors, said she would be away for a week due to a death in the family, which her relatives later said had not occurred. So she lies. She lies. Maura left the campus in her car, and she drove north for reasons that remain unknown. At 7:27 p.m., a local resident reported a car off the road near her home, and a passing motorist briefly spoke with the driver, who declined assistance and said she had already called for help. When police arrived at 7:46 p.m., Murray was gone, leaving behind her vehicle and personal belongings. Wow, that's an interesting fact. She has not been seen since, and her whereabouts remain unknown. Wow, I didn't know about the belongings. This is for 22 years. She's been 43. Wow. That's a little strange, guys, the leaving of the belongings. No police, possible DUI, possible alcohol in the system. Stuck in the fucking woods, cold as shit. Not really stuck. Damn. What's going on with Maura here? So the investigation has been very extensive in her disappearance. The police initially considered the possibility she's chosen to leave voluntarily, right? Following her announced travel preparations in the absence of immediate evidence of foul play. In 2009, the case was transferred to New Hampshire Cold Case Unit. Is now treated as suspicious, quote-unquote, missing person investigation. Multiple searches, public appeals, and reviews of the case have been conducted over the years, but no confirmed sightings or definite leads have emerged. Murray's disappearance has drawn significant media attention and widespread public speculation, appearing on programs since 2020 and disappeared and generating extensive online discussion. This 2017 was profiled, blah, blah, yada. So her early life, they're going to do an early life on her. She's only 21, so obviously, like I said, these victims are very short. But prior to her disappearance, in November 2003, 3 months before her disappearance, Murray admitted to using a stolen credit card to order food from several local restaurants. The charge was continued in December to be dismissed after 3 months' good behavior. Take note of that behavior by Murray. All right, I do want to consider her state of mind here. All right, you know, the reason being is because there is no other outside influencer here as far as a kidnapper or hostage taker. As far as now, Murray's on her own. So I think her state of mind is going to be really huge here, guys, in determining where she went, where she is, and what happened here. So 2003, wow, and stolen credit card. She's a felon. Felon, breaks the law. No cops, breaks the law. No, don't call the cops. I just broke the law. Shit. On the evening, the charge was continued to be dismissed after 3 months of good behavior. I guess it looks like she was convicted, though. On the evening of February 5th of 2004, while she was on duty at her security job on the UMass Amherst campus, Murray spoke on the phone with her older sister, Kathleen, discussing the latter's relationship problems with her fiancé. Around 10:30 p.m., while still on her shift, Murray reportedly broke down in tears when her supervisor read her that Murray was just completely zoned out. No reaction at all. She was unresponsive. The supervisor escorted Murray back to her dorm room around 1:20 a.m. When asked what was wrong, Murray said 2 words: "My sister." The exact content of this call remained unknown until October 2017, when Kathleen publicly explained the conversation. Kathleen, an alcoholic, had been discharged from a rehabilitation clinic that evening, and on the way home, her fiancé took her to a liquor store, which caused a relapse. On Saturday, February 7th, Murray's father Guys, stop. What is that? Hold on. On the evening, when did she disappear? The 9th. So on the evening of the 5th, 4 days before, well, she was on duty at her security job. Really? Murray spoke on the phone with her older sister Kathleen, discussing the latter's relationship problems with fiance. Zoned out off this conversation. My sister, quote unquote. It takes the sisters 13 years to come out with what the conversation was about. 13 years, everybody, to come out with this conversation. Really? On Saturday, February 7th, Murray's father, Fred, visited UMass Amherst just 2 days before. He told investigators he and Murray went car shopping that afternoon and later went to dinner with a friend of his daughter Marie dropped her father off at his motel room and, borrowing his Toyota Corolla, returned to campus to attend a dorm party. She arrived at 10:30 p.m. at 2:30 a.m. on Sunday, February 8th. She left the party at 3:30 a.m. on the road to her father's motel. Marie struck a guardrail on Massachusetts Route 9 in Hadley, causing nearly $10,000 worth of damage, including $17,000 in 2025. Where the damage to her father's car, responding officer wrote an accident report. There's no documentation of field sobriety tests being conducted. Marie was driven to her father's motel and stayed in his room, and the rest of the morning, until about 4:49 a.m., there was a cell phone call placed to her boyfriend from Fred's phone. The participants and content of the phone call remain unknown. Later that morning, Fred learned that the damage to his vehicle would be covered by his auto insurance. He rented a car. He dropped Marie off at a UMass Amherst and departed for Connecticut. At 11:30 that night, Fred called his daughter to remind her to obtain accident forms so the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles. They agreed to talk again Monday night to discuss the forms to fill out, the insurance claim via phone, the preparations of the departure. This Monday, the February 9th of the departure. We don't know why Maura left school. I'm writing. Thinks she's running, huh? We don't know why Maura left school. Clearly, it was her intention to leave school. Clearly, she hadn't a destination in mind when she came up north. What clearly did not make any sense was that she didn't confide in anyone. She couldn't trust anyone. She couldn't trust anyone. So she couldn't confide in her sister. The sister is a little shaky for me here. Dad, no dad. So she couldn't find anyone. She didn't trust no one. You know, it sounded like she was running, you know? There it is, running. What is she running from? Who is she running from? Did this person catch up to her when she crashed that car? You know, no cops, huh? All the belongings left, but no cops. I could see why no cops. You know, she has been in trouble before with the law. She could be a little drunk and a little gazied, right? A little giddied up from the juice, whatever she'd been drinking, the Kool-Aid she'd been sipping on. But the whole point here is, I could see that. I could see. You know, there is this movie, you know, there's this movie and it's called Secret Window with Johnny Depp. And there's this part where Johnny's crazy, really, and there's a person that drives by, right? And they see the person and they honk the horn, the person waves, but the thing is, Johnny's crazy. There's someone standing there. Johnny says that there's somebody there, but really this person that drove by says that no, Johnny was alone. There's no one standing there. You know, there's no one standing there. So what I'm saying is this bus driver, I understand, he's the last person to see her alive, right? So. Guys, we're gonna get a little closer up on that for a second. The reason I'm gonna be with the reason I'm gonna be with the you know, the theory of abduction here is gonna be, number one, it's cold. It's too cold. She looks like in these photos, guys, when she's taking out her money, these are gonna be the clothes she's gonna be last seen in. These are gonna be the clothes that she's gonna be found in. And this is the clothes that she's gonna be in out in those uphill. Look at these pictures. I mean, it's very cold. There's a lot of snow. All right, she's not ready for that. All right, talk to me. I'm talking, I'm trying. I mean, what can I do here? I'm trying my best. So, oh boy. You know, at first they were saying that possibly there was a hostage situation. Somebody's in the car. She's being coerced to do this by violence or by threat of death. But this is a perfect time for escape. But possibly, is that her car in the background or something? Is that the Corolla? I mean, there's a car in the background of the surveillance footage. It's just not, this is black and white footage from 2004. What the fuck? But look, there's a Give me some color. There's a car in the background, see? Right about there. And I'm thinking that's the Corolla that was crashed that we're gonna look at here. It doesn't even look like that, but either way, yeah.
I have sprays over there.
Can you have what? Yeah, go ahead.
I love you so much.
I love you too, buddy. You're good.
I hope you have a good stream.
I'm trying, buddy. Thank you. It's going good. Yes, love you, buddy. So look, so the car's crashed, Corolla. So that's not the same car, right? So this is before she's gonna do this crash, and I got Google Map up. Here's the road. This is her. This is it. So there's gonna be like a memorial somewhere for her here, but she's gonna be crashed around here, and this is the barn that you see, I believe, in this crime scene photo, or whatever, you know. So look at all these cops, you know, but look at this forestry. So it's hard to say that it's not easy. Is it easy to get lost? Well, yeah, I mean, just ask Lisa Froome, right? Or whatever, the Froomes there in South America, they got lost. It's a hell of a time. That's a hell of a... Wow, guys, that's some shit, huh? Who the fuck is this living here? Is this Leatherface in here? Like, who the hell lives like that? Well, wow. Imagine the bugs they have. But yeah, look, this is where she crashed, and it's very dense. So... but listen closely, right? We're gonna see, we gotta put ourselves in Maura's mind state, because here's the deal, right? Like, certain death awaits if she's, you know, does she know that? I mean, I don't know. This guy who stops, guys, going back to Willie real quick, I wanna see this guy who's stopping, because there's a person in a house, we'll go through this. So she's gonna depart, whatever. Everything is gravy train. You know, everything looks good. Whatever, she gets some, but this is gonna turn, so let me just jump real quick and we'll come back if we have to. She's troubled, it looks like, guys, it really does. The internet kind of leaves that out. Her mind state is kind of fucking nuts. So, oh shit. Alright, so Maura packed clothing, toiletries, college textbooks, and birth control pills in her car that we just showed you. When her room was searched later, campus police discovered most of her belongings packed in boxes and the art removed from the walls. It is not clear whether Murray packed them that day, but police at the time said she had packed between Sunday night and Monday morning on top of preparing. Okay. On top of the boxes is a printed email to Murray's boyfriend indicating possible trouble in their relationship. Really? Around 3:30 p.m., Maura drove off the campus in her black 1996 Saturn sedan. Okay, that's the Saturn sedan. I guess the father's was the Corolla. Classes at U.S. Mass Amherst have been canceled that day due to a snowstorm. You know why I'm stopping? Because... Okay, listen, everybody, really quick. I'm laughing. This is fucking wild. Because, listen, because there's a snowstorm, right? Okay. All right, big snowstorm, y'all. So big that they canceled classes that day. Really? Was she going to drive off campus whether they canceled class or not? Is that what this is telling us? Are they being suggestive here? Are they trying to tell me to choose? Or... It's guys, it's not a choice. It's either what she did or she didn't do. So there's no fucking choice, you know? What is it? Did she leave because class was canceled that day, so she was able to leave, or is she just gonna leave anyways? Because there's a snowstorm, y'all. There's a snowstorm out there. And why are you gonna risk driving to the middle of nowhere? Money in hand, ATM, packing your shit, packing the car, maybe breaking up with a boyfriend, trying to run from the boyfriend. I don't know that part. I'm not the cops at that time in 2004 to interview this guy or the person that saw her last. You know, the neighbor that saw her. But I don't know. We're gonna go through that. I wanna know who's talking to her. It's crazy shit. She is erratic. I'm taking that into account. The behavior, the past. I am. Maura Murray's not your fucking beautiful. Oh, thanks for the like. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for your time and the like, everybody. I'm demonetized 4 years, so any support is well needed. Thank you so much and appreciated. So Murray here, Maura, she withdraws 280. That's a lot of money in 2004. $280. Guys, now, trust me, everyone, you out there, I don't make a dime from these fucking videos. At least not yet. I need donations. I need sponsorship. I'm demonetized. But Maura there has $280 in her ATM in 2004. So give me a second. Let's go back to 2004 with Maura Murray. You know, she's got shit packed. She's want to start a new life. She wants to get the fuck out of here. How much money is going to be needed here to do that? So how much money is, what is it? 290? Guys, 280. They get the ATM fee too, withdrawal. What was that, $2 back then? Yeah, right back then the ATM withdrawal was like $1.50, y'all. Now it's like $3.50 on a fucking withdrawal from another ATM. What? Maura here, 280, tack on the $5 tax. No, 280. So what is 280? How much money is $280 in 2004? Question mark, Google. Google says $495 today and 1 cent. All right. So Maura is pulling out a hell of a little shot there, right? Hell of a little go. There's no limit on that ATM back then, huh? She's got no fucking limit. 280, bam. Why the 280? Because it was like what, under limit? What's the limit for her? 3? Marucha 280. Like why? Is it 20? Like what is that? What is the 280 for? Why the 280? Why not 300? You know what I'm saying? Why not 250? Who the fuck does 280? Where did she stop for gas? What was the tank on when the cops found it? Where's she stopping for gas, everyone? She's really driving a long distance for a long time. Where's the fucking gas video? Guys, is there gas stations with surveillance footage? She didn't stop off for a drink. Oh no, she had liquor. We're going on. She had a party in mind. Everyone, let's go. Holy crap, really? Maura, why are you doing this? So, she withdraws, guys, the $500 today money. And closed circuit footage showed she was alone. I showed you that, right? Let's see it. So yes. She is alone. I mean, I don't see like the Saturn. You know, I don't see this car. Is that car? No. So thanks for the 2 likes. Thank you guys. Any support is appreciated. I'm demonetized. Thank you so much for liking. Just for coming in. Thank you guys. All of you. But look at this car. That's not that car. Well, it must be someone else, reviewer, inside the bank. Yeah, I mean, I guess. What time is this? 15:15. I don't know that in military time, but maybe she's doing this because the bank is closed. Right? It's already closed. So why is she just at the ATM and not inside the actual bank? You know? That's my question to you. But what is this shit? It's like, all right, she's going to go withdraw money, you guys. Is it after hours where the bank is closed? Or is the bank open and she just doesn't want to go in and see anyone physically, in the flesh? You know, what is that? What the fuck is this? Like, do you guys do that? I mean, like what? Back when the fuck, what is this? Like, all right, what time is it that she's going to this ATM? All right, good. And why the fuck is she going to the ATM outside or whatever, not just inside the bank? Right? All right. Does she know a camera's going to catch her on this ATM? Maybe not. You know, maybe not. Maybe that's why she didn't go inside. I'd like to know if this bank is open or not at this time that she's going here. That would tell us a lot of her psyche, guys, of her demeanor, like of what her plan is, of what her next movements would be, or why she's moving this way. You know, why the 280? Why the 280? That's a lot of money. Why? Why the packing of the car? I see one car in this parking lot. There might be something here. Not sure what that is. Possibly her car, but I don't fucking know. Is the bank open? Look at all that snow out there and shit. You know, it's very cold. She's lightly cladded. lightly clothed. The point I'm pointing this out is because, you know, where you're looking here, look at this snowbank. Look at all these snow. This is where a car was found. I told you over Google Earth. This is up in the fucking hills. You know, for all we know, Yeti came out and did the job. You know, we don't know. But there's a bus driver. What the fuck? A bus driver? What do you mean a bus driver? How does fucking public transportation, y'all? Is there public transportation on this motherfucker? Oh, man, a bus driver? Oh, thank God that someone found her and saw her in the middle of nowhere, but this bus driver's, fuck it, I'm good. You want to call the cops? All right, your car's crashed, I'm good. Not injured, I'll just go on my day. And a neighbor saw her. I don't know where this fucking neighbor is. But look, there's a lot of places to get lost. This is exactly where she crashed. It's in 2026 now. It's very overgrown. No doubt about it. But you can die in a circle. I'm sure, you know. But they were there. They were fucking there. So, guys, they were there. You know, we got to go through this hardcore. Because the cops are on it. You know, right? They're on it. They're there. You see the pictures. They're there shortly. Oh, no, it's not there shortly. They're hours later, I think. All right, go on. Oh, fuck me. We got to go through this shit again. I've never seen this on a show. I swear, guys, I thought it was like Unsolved Mysteries. Y'all remember Unsolved Mysteries had to be, where Robert Stack had to be the most creepiest fucking shit ever. You know, guys, there was no internet, there was no YouTube, no Real Rant Review to give it to you straight. It was Robert Stack, you know? And fucking Unsolved. It sounded like 911, too. This show 911 was insane. They would tell you about insane 911 calls and play the real 911 call and reenact the insane 911 call out on TV every night. Yeah, we in the family would get around and watch it. Yeah. I did that before YouTube, everyone. That was before YouTube, because I did YouTube before YouTube. We were doing it, right, guys? Yeah, it was on TV. It was called TV. It's called Family Night. So anyways, a lot of money on her. Listen, hold on. At a nearby liquor store, Murray purchased about $40 worth of alcoholic beverages, including Bailey's Irish Cream, Kahlua vodka, and a box of Franzia wine. Bailey's Irish Cream is a liquor made of cream cocoa. Kahlua is a brand of coffee liquor. Vodka is a clear distilled alcohol beverage, a big-ass bottle, and a box of Franzia wine. What is going on here? But listen, guys, in 2004, it only cost her $40 fucking dollars. That's the shock. That's the crime. You know, that we're paying $280 for all that right now. And she's paid only $40 fucking dollars in 2004. That's the crime. I'm going to slam everything. I got to start breaking this iMac 2009, guys. It's wearing on me. It's so fucking laggy. Anyways, moving on. This person had a taste. Wow, that's a lot of alcohol. Why? What? Security footage again shows she was alone when she made all these purchases. She's alone through all this. There's no one there. There's no one pressing her. There's no one talking to her on the... There's no one not like that. There's nothing like that. So we got to take that into account, that all her behavior leading up to getting this crash and getting lost, quote unquote, or not being missing, is all her doing, right? So there's no one pressuring her or anything like that. There's nothing like that. Threat of force. There's not someone behind the scenes orchestrating Miss Murray here to take out $280, which is $491 or $95.01 in 2000 now. A lot of money. Go buy wait. What? Wait a second. Security footage again. So she was alone when she made those purchases. At some point in the day, she also picked up the accident report forms from the Registry of Motor Vehicles. Murray then left Amherst between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., presumably via the Interstate 91 where she called to check her voicemail at 4:37 p.m., the last recorded use of her cell phone. To date, there's no indication she had informed anyone of her destination or any evidence that she had chosen one. So she was just gone. So it's either that she was hostage here by someone and ordered to take out $280 from an ATM by force, by threat of death. She did it. She was ordered to go stop at a gas station. They got her on camera to go in by herself. This person can't go on camera. Obviously, they're going to stay in the car. They stay in the car out of sight. They send Murray in for $40 in cash. They keep whatever that money's left over, math, hate numbers, keeps the money, gets her in, gets the, because this here, Bailey's Irish Cream, Kahlua, the vodka, and the wine. See, so this is a specific taste. Or is this isn't to sound too random. It's a little bit of everything. You know, it's a little bit of everything here for this person. Now, this might be for her consumption. I don't know her taste, but what does she have a taste for, you know? Thanks for the 2 likes. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for anything you do, any support. I've been demonetized for 4 years, so I make nothing off these videos. So thank you so much for any support. Yeah, that's a hell of a concoction. This box of wine. She's carrying all that, huh? Yeah, it's that little box of wine, guys, that you pour, the loose wine, you know? The loose shit. The fuck is that? Is that all left in the car? I want to know. Where's that liquor at? Did they find the liquor, everyone? Where's that liquor at? Was it for her? Come on, y'all. Come on, talk to me. Is that fucking liquor? Where's that liquor at? They're going to tell us that they care about it? Drinking and driving is a serious offense, Maura. Unless it's for someone else. Unless she crashed the car on purpose to get away from the perpetrator. I don't know. That's crazy. That doesn't seem like that kind of behavior when the person here is running into her, right? It says, hey, I'll call the cops for you. And she's like, no. But then again, a person would say no under threat of death. You know, this person's hiding in the trunk. This person's hiding in the woods. Telling her to go to the road and get someone. You know, so we get the fuck out of here. I don't know. That's so over the board, though, isn't it? It's so too much. It's too much. We got to go less. Got to cut it back, right? Cut it back. So, the last contact, the last time the cell is on Interstate 91. So, it's on an interstate, and she's checking her own voicemail. So, she's allowed to use her phone. So, if there's a kidnapper doing this shit, right, or somebody by force or by threat of death, they wouldn't let her use her phone to check her voicemail. Okay? So, she's free. She's free, she's free, she's free. Like, she's free to check her voicemail. She's free to have her cell phone. She's free to drive. You feel me, guys? Right? It kind of makes sense. Yes? Not under threat of death. Under threat of death or harm, she would not be able to use that cell phone and check her as doing something as mundane as checking her voicemail messages. I don't think the kidnapper or that robber, you know, would be too pleased with that and believe her that she'd be doing that. So she's free here all the way. Sorry, guys, I feel like I have a little itchy bit. She's free here, okay? Excuse me. She's free. I think I have a booger. Yeah, she's free here. She's free to use the phone. Then that's it. Then the phone goes dry. Why is she checking her voicemail? Stop. I need a sip of soda. Why is she checking her voicemail? And we do glass soda around here, guys. Cheers, y'all. We're trying to figure this out. Where's Maura and what happened? Demi Hawk. Hey, Demi Hawk. Welcome back. I think I remember you. Hey, Demi Hawk. You sound familiar. If you're not, thanks. But I think you sound familiar. Hey, Demi Hawk. 5356 says hi. Hi. We're talking Maura Murray, basically the first crime mystery of the social media age. Have you heard of her? Have you seen that famous picture of the car? I was here. Yes, you were, Demi Hawk. Thanks for joining again. Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome to have you again. Listen, guys, there's another crime. Demi Hawk, I don't know if this is the same crime. I was mixed up on my crimes. I thought there was another person, a woman, that crashed a car into a barn, an actual barn, and was lost after that. She goes dark, and she's never seen again. Kind of like Maura Murray. But I thought I was covering that one, and this one is kind of like that. But is it the one? I think I'm thinking the one, but no, because he was actually crashed into the barn, this other one, guys. I'm really highly, the fuck? But I want to learn from other cases, you know? But yes, Demi Hawk, no, I haven't heard about it. Yeah, Maura Murray here pulls out about $500 today's money from an ATM. She leaves school, but school's canceled because of a snowstorm. But in this snowstorm, because, you know, school's canceled for a snowstorm. It's very snowy. It's a snowstorm. She decides, fuck it. I'm gonna book tail. I'm gonna hightail it out of here. I'm gonna pull 5 bills. Basically, she pulls 280 back then, 280 specifically. And she rides out with the money. She goes to the liquor store first, though, and grabs a shitload of liquor, if you want to say, a shitload of alcohol and different tastes for the alcohol, and then rides out, uses her phone to check her voicemail messages. That's how you did it back then. And then that's it, goes dark until she crashes her car here. And is never seen again. She is seen by a bus driver. I don't know what the fucking bus driver's doing. That's her. She's pulling the money from the ATM. That's the last known image, surveillance footage. Thanks for the 9 likes, guys. Really, thank you so much. Wow, that shot up. Thank you. Hell yeah, we're doing it. Demonetized. Any support is welcome. Here's the car, apparently. And here's so you have the sketch of the crash site and the road. And I have you here on the same area. So here would be the crash site now, 2026, overgrown, not during winter. And here's your barn. You know, so it's right here. Very dense. Wow. If you walk off, it could mean death, especially in that cold. Hypothermia. She's lightly cladded. So it's either 2 things for Maura. Very lightly cladded. Hypothermia, gets lost quickly. She's close. Not far at all. If the body's here, the body's within range. The body's close. That's what the Real Reviewer says. The body isn't all the way over here. Like, she's lightly cladded, if possibly drunk with the alcohol. All right? Hey! Something's definitely going on. Demi-Hawk says something is definitely going on, especially if it was nighttime. Right. We're going to get into the abduction theory, too. But before this, there's no abduction. That's what I'm saying. Before this, she's free. She's free to check her voicemail. She's free to do whatever she wants. Go to the liquor store, buy liquor for herself, remove money from an ATM. This is not done by force or threat of death. So I'm saying she's free all the way to this point, to the crash. And now we're going to take it from that point forward. But I say the body, if there is a body here, and it's not an abduction, the only thing that kicks me is the stuff being left. But I'm going to cover that. But I feel like it's close range. Wherever this corpse is, it's really close. It's right underneath. It's like this. Because the snow buries a lot of shit for a long time. Don't ask me how the cops didn't find it. I don't know. We're on Google Earth. And I'm telling you, just by what is being told and how we're setting this up, it's either this bus driver has more to do with it, and he's the abductor. There's no way it's a random abductor unless it's the last person to see her alive. And if it's not, then she got lost quickly and died very fast. I think there's a Kanika Jenkins case, guys. There's a Kanika Jenkins case. They say possibly in the case the alcohol mixed with some kind of aspirin medication, migraine medication, could sped up the process of hypothermia. So that's a possibility that she died quicker than usual. She's slim. She's slimmed down in those clothes. Those clothes are thin. I don't know. Don't ask me about paradoxical and dressing. Possibly. Where is that? I don't know. Trace clothes. They got to be. I don't know. Like, I'm saying is the body or some part or animals are going to be eating this. Actually, my young son told me that, yeah, possibly animals could be eating. Well, yeah, that's why it's not easy to find the corpse at this point. You know, there's body parts, they take them places, it's gone, it's ripped apart. There's got to be something. Clothes are very hard. That's just disintegrated. It's not buried. If she was murdered, she'd be buried out there, we'd find the body better. It's not concealed like that, so it's going to be ripped apart. It's going to be very difficult to find pieces and traces due to that. If it was a murder and buried, hell, we'd have a better chance of finding more intact pieces and finding the body quicker and faster. That's why the police can't, it's a matter of time. They were there very quickly, but not quick enough, obviously, and they didn't find it. It's right, it's like this, my hand, this area. It's not like this. She's not hiking around. So she's got to be close. If it's not an abductor, it's that. Don't call the cops, she told the man. Don't call the cops, because she already was in trouble with the law before, previous. His dad was going to kill her because she already had a fucking problem with the insurance. Guys, no. She said, no cops, no cops. It would have saved her life. Yes, they would have pulled her out, told her she'd be home with her father. I'm telling you, the elements out there are dangerous. You see the top down? Don't get me stuck out there. Fucking Leatherface over here. Look at these fucking houses. Who's even in there? Nobody's even saying shit. A bus driver. What bus driver? There's no bus stop. There's no bus stop over here, public transportation. There is? Really? What the fuck is that? I don't see any schools. They said a bus driver, you guys. They got schools out there. All right, fine, fine. Around that time of 6 at night, when was she stranded out there? That's when buses are running around. Hold on. Let me get this bus fucker, man. Who's this guy? Sometime after 7 p.m., a resident heard a loud thump outside her house. Through her window, she could see a car up against the snowbank along New Hampshire Route 112. I showed you the overtop. Also known as Wild, whatever road, that we saw the road, and the sharp corner, you saw the sharp corner adjacent to her home, so she's probably opposite. The car point, that opposite house. Wow, it was loud. She's going fast, loud, slippery. Okay, it's snowy. She's drunk. Sure. I buy it. Sounds right. David says, I'm going to pinch a loaf. Be right back. Yes, David, do your thing. Demi Hawk says, and she got supplies to chill with someone. Can't do all that liquor alone. Large Taco says, hey, man, so I watched the rest of your live, man. You actually did absolutely zero research. You just read other people's articles and talked about how great you are at research and pretty lame. Thanks, Large Taco. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Then go watch them. They're a lot better than me, right? If I'm biting, go watch them. Thank you, brother. There's a thing out today about Macaulay Culkin doing a return to his Home Alone. And I do a video, guys, about 2 weeks ago on this, on Macaulay Culkin. Go check it out. It says, is Macaulay fruity? And I predict all what's happening now. So all my videos are prediction videos that no one will put their money where their mouth is. Neither will Large Taco, because he's a large taco. He has no balls. He's a taco. But thank you. And good, David, thank you for joining. Demi Hawk, but thank you, guys. I really appreciate all of you and your time. Everyone wishes they could be the Real Ram Reviewer, but you guys, you don't have to be me. Just be yourself, and then you're going to be fine. Don't try to be anyone else. Maura Murray didn't like who she was anymore, apparently. She what is the motive to run? Now, people say people run. The only reason is to run is you got to be being chased. See? People run because they're being chased. But see, you're thinking being chased by like a physical. But there's people be chased by the mental, by the emotional. So we know Maura had a lot of demons chasing her. She was chasing at 21. There's a lot of fucking issues here. You're taking a lot of liquor. I know what you're saying, Demi, that she's taking more liquor, right? Demi Hawk says people run for themselves. Right, run for themselves. Correct. Correct. There's a conversation with the sister that got to her. There's a relationship with the dad that's strained. There's a relationship with the boyfriend that's strained. She's having a breakdown at work a day before. But nobody wants to hear that because they want it to be fanatical. They want it to be the Yeti. They want it to be a predator that took her life involuntarily, not an accident, not by her own hand, not by her own stupidity or decision making. Right? Right. Because it's Maura Murray. You see my thumbnail? Yeah. Beautiful, smart, right? College, straight shooter. No, guys. No, no, no. You didn't do your research, apparently. Apparently you go to other YouTubers and do their research. Thank you, Large Taco. Appreciate you. Oh, I love it. Fuck it. Do what you got to do. And she was doing what she had to do, everybody. She doing whatever she wanted to do. There was no threat of force. She could go to the store. She could check her. You know what gets me is checking that voicemail. You know, being free to drive on a highway. If you had an attacker with you or the threat of force or death, you wouldn't be checking that. We wouldn't let you check the voicemail, guys. And that's how you check your messages back then. You had to actually call your own voicemail. It was a process. You know, it was a real process. So the attacker's not letting her do it. And it's like, where does her phone go after that? Well, apparently they're saying the phone doesn't work where she's at. There's no cell phone service. The phone's with her. You know, it's not right. Is it left with the shit? Whatever's left, it's left because she didn't plan to leave it, obviously, guys. You know, that's why it's there still. Whatever's there. How much liquor was consumed, I don't know. But either way, whatever's there, she didn't plan to leave it there. She planned to take it with her. That's why it's left there. I get that. I understand that part. So she didn't plan to leave her stuff. I get it. It's most important to her, wasn't it? However, give me a second here. We got to go through this. There's something else I'm missing. It's not that cut and dry. It can't be. All right, I'm just reading over this, guys. I want to really, we're talking about this person across the street I showed you on Google Earth. They heard a thump. They reported it to the police. According to 911, the woman claimed to have seen a man smoking a cigarette inside of the car. However, she later stated that she had not seen a man nor a person smoking a cigarette, but she rather had seen what appeared to be a red light glowing from inside the car, potentially from a cell phone. All right. No, it's all right. This person, it doesn't matter about this person right now. This person is all discombobulated. We're gonna move on from that right now. A passing motorist. This is it. A passing motorist, a school bus driver who lived nearby. Okay, so he's not in his actual school bus because school is fucking out, Mr. School Bus Driver, at 7 p.m. at night. Wouldn't you say, guys? Unless it's an after-school program in the middle of the woods. But yeah, come on now. A school bus. Why do they mention it's a school bus driver? Why does that have to be something like that? I'm not understanding that part. A passing motorist is enough. Look, how's this sound? A passing motorist who lived nearby stopped at the scene. That sounds good. What about this? I'm gonna give you never do this in school, guys. I think they teach you not to do an adjective with an adjective or whatever, right? But it's okay on Wikipedia, y'all, to fuck your brain up and tell you about a crime and lie to you. A passing motorist, a school bus driver who lived nearby stopped at the scene. A passing motorist, a school bus driver, by the way. Don't forget, he was a school bus driver. A very good boy. Very good man, see? Very good man. He would pick up the young, innocent people and take them all around where they needed to go for free. Thank you, Mr. School Bus Driver. Demi Hawk 5356 says some people need someone to advocate for them. Mental health is serious. Correct. It is. And it will drive you. It might actually drive you places that you don't want to go. No destination. Fuck it. Any destination is better than here. And that's the behavior we have here. Sorry. Amy says, what's up, Parasite? Hey, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Not much. Just talking about Maura Murray, social media's first crime mystery. Yep, Demi Hawk. Thank you so much, Demi Hawk. Thank you, Demi Hawk, and everybody was so nice and coming in and liking, and even if you didn't like and you came in and said something, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I said I know how hard it is to come in and like something or listen to someone, so thank you. But this is YouTube. I'm YouTubing. This is my channel. I'm demonetized for 4 years, so I'm looking for support to keep going and keep talking about things I love and tell the truth. Let's investigate together. What is your thoughts? What's your real thoughts? Use your own. Let's get this. We got this. I'm going further. I'm not done. Hell no. So this is it. A passing motorist, the last person to see Maura Murray alive, in the flesh, alive, walking, talking. And this guy's not stalking. That's what he's saying. A passing motorist, a school bus driver, guys. Don't you worry. It's highlighted, a school bus. I'll show you what did he show up in his fucking school bus? It's wild. That's even more of reason to get her in, right? Like, hey, I'm a school bus driver. We're safe. A passing motorist, a school bus driver. Whoa. So wait a second. I'm gonna cry here. Wait a second. The bus driver noticed her. He said she wasn't hurt, but she was very cold. She was shivering. He offered to call for help, but the woman said no. She pleaded no. She assured him she called AAA. AAA says no, no call. The bus driver went home, and he called the police, though. Even though she said not to, he still went home and called the police at 7:43. The bus driver was unable to see Murray's car while he made the call, but did notice several cars pass on the road before police arrived. He did. He's red herring it. Don't you red herring me, sucker. Don't you? That's a lot of cars on that rural road. Wow. A lot of cars in a short period of time. He's the only one between 7:27 and 7:43 possibly. The report of the accident at 7:27 happened a little bit before, guys, because you're gonna take into account this person was asleep or whatever it was. Take some more minutes. But 7:27 one hit call. He calls at 7:43. It's quick. He doesn't have enough time to do shit. Really? What the fuck's he gonna do in that amount of time? Did he hit her by accident? Did he hit her with the thing and dump her? Is that why he's making the call? What's going on here? It's a hell of a road. The thump, huh? Wow, weird. Demi Hawk says, yup. Yeah, thanks, Demi Hawk. I like you. I like you too, Demi Hawk. Thank you so much. Demi Hawk 535 says, something probably didn't sit right in the spirit. He had to call. Yeah. Well, that's the point. Something didn't sit right in his spirit. He had to call. Ooh. What did he do? What did he do? He's a bus driver, big vehicle. It is slippery. Maura just crashed down that same fucking road. Is that all they have as far as tire tracks, huh? No accident, huh? No. I mean, you can't hit someone without leaving a mark, right? You know what it like? It was like a cleanup, like a quick. But this is too fast. But give me a second with the calls. They received the call, but I want to know when they got the fuck out there. Because you can call police all day. It only matters when they come out there. His call was received by the sheriff's department, 7:43. These are cell phones. They could be accessing phones, cell phones in 2004, right? I didn't have one, guys, in 2004 purposely. I still was on landline. So, I mean, he got the phone. Is it work out there? How's he making this call from his house, and he's looking out his window, and he's seeing cars pass by? That's a lot of shit. All right, dude, you're on it. This motherfucker's on it, huh, guys? How come we don't have more Murray? If this guy's on it, he's so fucking good. He's got every base covered. But she's gone, apparently, by the time the cops get out there. But he had every base covered, this fucking guy, huh? Had feelings like you're saying, Demi? All this shit? Oh, well, his feeling happened to be right, didn't it? Demi Hawk says she was probably smashed. That's what I'm saying. Like, smashed, drunk, no doubt about it, man. When you crash into something that ain't moving, there's a problem. You know what I mean? Look at all that liquor on her. All right, cool. She's wobbly. She comes out. I don't know the car. We're going to get more on the car. We're going to get more on the crime, the forensics, what's there, what's not there. But this bus driver is a hell of a hero. He's a hell of a predictor. But all his actions still don't stop Maura from disappearing. See? So he's telling you all these preventable actions he's doing to protect this girl, but she still ends up going missing, right? He's got a lot of red herring shit here for you. He really does. He's the only one. He's the only one that's red herring the shit to give us an abductor, to give us this weird, this thing here. He's got a lot to do. What? I'm sorry, guys. I can't do this. I get angry. And I don't understand why the police are just, I understand, man. I understand there's laws in America. I understand there's laws. I understand it. You have rights to a lawyer. You have right to remain silent. I understand all that stuff. But if you're telling the truth, we can go a little further, can't we? Can I ask you a little bit more detail? Like, what the fuck is that? What is this shit? Like, it seems like you wanted to protect her and you're very worried about her. And he said, yeah, I was concerned. It was cold. She was lightly cladded. Yeah. You noticed she was lightly. Yes. Why'd you call? I was worried. He was worried. But it still happened, sir. A few minutes later, she's gone. So what he's saying is that he was at his house and possibly, guys, when he's making this phone call, that there's other cars going by and possibly picking her up. Negative. Because why didn't she drive with him? Why? Why not drive with him? That's my point. There we go. So He's saying possible red herring that she took off with other people. But why not just ride with him then? Because she was like, no cops, I'm good, I'm gonna wait here, whatever. That's what he's saying. And he had to drive off, and he was so fucking worried, he had to drive all the way to his house to call the police, right? And then he says, oh, I saw 3 or 4 cars go by. She said, that's probably why she's gone, because somebody picked her up. But you didn't pick her up? Why didn't you pick her up? Well, she didn't want to ride from me. Well, why didn't she ride from you? Or ride from these other people? What the fuck's the difference? Your school bus looks pretty damn safe. Come on, man. I can't do this anymore on the internet, guys. This is stupid. I feel like a fucking idiot. I really do. I feel like I'm stupid. I really do. I feel like I can't. I shouldn't be talking. I should just go back to bed or something. I should sleep. I have to sleep more. This is crazy. Demi Hawk says people get irate when they're drunk. Yes, they could have got a ride. Could have hitched a ride. Whatever. This could have happened way earlier. I don't know. I'm not going into all that. I'm just trying to find out where she is. You heard about where I think she is. But that's if it's not an abductor case with this bus driver guy. The fuck? You got no forensics. You got no crime. You got no crime scene. You got no fibers. You got no motive. You got no witnesses. You got no technology. So you really have nothing but this man. This man. It's a man. Sees a woman. Alone. No, guys. Demi Hawk says, it makes sense to me. Thank you, Demi Hawk. I'm not trying to do clickbait and conspiracy theories here. I'm doing it based upon the evidence and rational human thinking. This motherfucker over here, this is the statement we have. We're looking at it. What is that shit? Why though? Because he's insinuating that she took off with other people, but why not with him? See what I'm saying? That makes sense, right? It's like, it's a good, what the fuck is that? You know, I'm a cop. He's talking to me. I'm like, well, this is just what I would ask, guys. When this is his statement, I sit him down. I say, sir, there's some inconsistencies with your statement that do not make sense. And he's like, well, what is it? And I would tell him, this doesn't make sense. I'd say, sir, why are you on the phone? You're still looking out the window and peeping for her or for any kind of what? He's like, well, maybe a car that went by, maybe she hitched a ride with somebody. So, okay, did you see any cars, possibly? Yeah, I saw about maybe 2 or 3 by the time you guys made the call. So possibly, right? Oh, so you think she took off possibly with someone else, right? But why didn't she take off with you, sir, the first time? That's my point, sir. If she really wanted to get a ride, you were there. What happened? Why didn't she just pick the ride up? Why did she have to wait for someone else? Did you creep her out? No, not at all. There we go, guys. And I'm not doing this. I should get paid to do it. I need to live. I need to eat too. Shit, what the fuck? I can't eat off these videos, guys. I can't eat off anything. I'm not a cop. I should have been a cop. I can't, though. I don't know nobody. What do you want from me? They don't want to listen to me. What do you want from me? I'm not John Kenna. But this guy, there's nothing wrong with Maura Murray having a breakdown. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with her getting in her car and wanting to get away for the weekend. Or get away and get drunk and get crunk and just fly like a fucking bird at 21. I'm down for that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not like crazy behavior. It's not the normal behavior maybe for her. But it looks like she knows how to get down. So whatever. The class is canceled. She rides. She pulls cash. And it's party time. Big fucking deal. She don't want nobody knowing when she's gonna be by. Oh no, don't do it. I'll be very bitching and moaning to her. She's just riding out. Whatever. And then the crash happens. She gets too buzzed. She's jamming out too much. Demi Hawk says, could the people be that she intended to be with all the alcohol? Demi Hawk says, remains have been popping up all over the place. Yeah. It's close range. That is so secluded, that area. Really, though, this guy's saying he sees 3 or 4 cars go by. This eyewitness hears one bang from one car, and that's that. I don't know, this eyewitness, how many cars go by your street at night at this time? You know, not many. Everybody's home. It's a done wrap. If anybody's coming by, it's trouble. And that's it. They're an out-of-towner, and that's what she was. She was an out-of-towner. Thump. And that's it. This motherfucker lives local. Right in his hand. Right in his hand. Like candy from a baby. This motherfucker rolled up right up on it. Like, oh shit. Wow, what do we got here? Looky, looky. Philip Quinn, Mississippi is full of white people with all their local governors. They work together to keep the truth hidden. Thank you, Philip Quinn. I appreciate your time, man. I mean, terrible. So, and there's other stuff here, you know? There's other shit here, but... Another local resident driving home from work claims she passed by the scene around 7:37 p.m. and saw a police SUV parked face-to-face with Maury's car. She pulled over briefly and didn't see anyone inside or outside either vehicle and decided to continue home. The witness's statement contradicts the official police log, which has Harryville police arriving 9 minutes later. Who's that? What the fuck is that? Is that the next door neighbor not in his school bus? Is that in his little fake patrol car? I'm gonna help you. Wee, wee. Oh, you need help? Come on in. I got you. I'll take you to the local police station. Oh, that's a good one. Holy fuck me. So this guy's telling the truth. At the time he's calling, he does see a car. And it is a police car. Maybe one of these police cars, these fake police cars they do. And it got more. That's a lot to do out there. Is that really necessary for all that out there? To do like dress up as fake police guys? Is that really a lot to do? I don't know. It was left out of the official police report, but the police arrived 9 minutes later after this woman said she pulled over and couldn't see anyone in any vehicle, and then took off. You believe that? You believe she pulled over? Fuck me, you pulling over? Hey guys, let me take you to Google Earth real quick. Hey y'all, you pulling over unless you get smashed in an accident. That's the only way you. Ask Maura Murray. You stop, yo. You pulling over? You check that car? Hey guys, you pulling over? You're never coming home. I dare you to pull over and check that car. Fuck you, lady, you lying little... Why's she lying? Little liar. You're not pulling over. Single mom or whatever pulling over in the middle of that road. You got some balls. You got more balls than the Real Rare Reviewer. Demi Hawk says maybe they planned a bonfire or something. I don't know. I'm just be throwing stuff out there. No, throw it out there. Throw it out there. No judgment. We need it all and everything. The cops ain't giving it. Demi Hawk says planned. Nope. Demi Hawk says no. Right. I don't know. It's not planned. It's like it fell into this person's lap. You know? It's either A, it fell into their lap and they roll with it and they do what they got to do, waiting their whole fucking life, and then, or she's dead right around this area because she got lost. When he went and called the cops, in between this 10 to 15 minute or whatever the fuck the time is, it takes very little time. But guys, how could you be so lost and not be able to respond to the police or the search? She got to be hurt at that time, right? So then you got to take that into account. Trip and fall hurt, or somebody hurt her, or she didn't want to be found. There's woods in Japan where they walk off, Logan Paul style, right? He's the asshole. So yeah, you go in there, you know, people walk off to do things like that. So those woods are perfect for it. I mean, the state of mind is there. The state of mind is there. Because she's like, don't call the police, don't call the police. According to Mr. Bus Driver, guys. He's like, but he calls the police anyways. Sorry, guys. What the fuck is that? You know, it's like, don't call the police. Okay, I won't. You go home and call the police. You little punk-ass motherfucker. You know? Demi Hawks is passed out drunk. Yeah, that's another possibility. Yes. Adam Everywhere, 2076. This punk stole my underwear at the gym. Sorry, bro. Damn. It doesn't look like... I don't even need to go to the gym, and it looks like I do. Don't everybody, you know, be live streaming 24/7. Single dad raising the fam. Thank you, though, Adam. Appreciate you, Adam, the firstborn of all creation. Adam Everywhere. He is everywhere. Oh, well, apparently here, you know, this guy is everywhere. He's happened to be rolling up at a perfect time to help Maura Murray with her car troubles. So at 7:46, the police come. You know, they arrive to the scene. All right? But the girl was gone. So Maura's gone when the cops come. Okay. Well, hell fuck yeah, she better be gone, right? She better not be there. We have no case. We have no crime. We have no mystery. Her ass better be gone. Yeah, she's gone, all right. Never to be seen again, guys. Since 2004. Do the math on that. 22 fucking years. She would have been 43. No one was inside or around the car. The car had impacted a tree on the driver's side of the vehicle. No. Thanks. Sorry, you already had ice cream, son. The driver's side of the... Sorry, you already had ice cream. He has come in and asked me for ice cream again. No, we won't have any ice cream for tomorrow. The car had impacted a tree on the driver's side of the vehicle, severely damaging the left headlight and pushing the car's radiator into the fan. I wonder if it was like, you know, winter, guys, in New Hampshire around February, I know it's getting dark early, right? I really want to bring in a factor of darkness here. The weather has to be a factor in this because it's either she died of the exposure, hypothermia, getting lost in the dark. I want the dark to play a factor. Like, is it playing a factor or not? Is this broad daylight? No, right? It feels like it's going to get dark early, guys, in New Hampshire in February. Anybody live there? Anybody know? Around 2000, it's going to be fucking dark by 7:46, by 7, by 6. That sun's going to be down, you know? So the car impacted a tree. So she hit the fucking tree, lost control of the car, and pushing the radiator into the fan. So it's a pretty little bit impact there, rendering it inoperable. Okay, so the impact made the car not work. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to think for a second, because if you don't got a car that works and you're stranded in the middle of nowhere, and she says don't call the cops, how's she getting out of there? She didn't call any of her friends for a ride. She didn't call her dad for a ride. She didn't call the cops for a ride. How she thinks she's getting out of there? Unless she's not getting out of there. Unless her plan is to never come out of there on her own, or somebody is planning that for her, right? That's it. It's as simple as that. And this person is the last person to see her. There's no one else. There's not a fucking Yeti. It's either she self-destructs, and this is the whole plan, and shoos him off, and escapes into the woods thereafter, and is never seen again to do her deed, or this motherfucker's a complete liar. And all this is a complete lie. That she really wanted help, and wanted to call the police, and he offered it and said hop in the car. That's why all her shit is still there. That's why all her shit is still there and left as is. Got her into the car and took off. We'll come back for it. I'll take you to the local thing. We'll come back. You guys seen those things? There's 911 call. There's just real shit like that, real cases. This guy's, I'm not saying it's him. It could be someone else. The timing, I'm not going to accuse someone without hardcore evidence, but very suspicious there. And, you know, if it is the self-destruction, she's close. She can't hike that far. Not with nothing that's left in the car and what's on her. So she's not making it too far. And if she's buzzed up. And if she's buzzed up, her judgment is going to be impaired to hop in a car. Her judgment is going to be impaired to fight back. And same with getting lost. She's going to die quicker. Thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Demi Hawk says somebody could have chased her. Yeah, possibly, yes. There could have been a chase to pursue. See, here's the thing about the chase scenario. Signs of a struggle, signs of a chase. I mean, the cops come pretty, not quick, but they're there. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. You know. You really think that person needed the chase? That's my thing. I don't think they need the chase. And I think they got to take the body out, away from the car, away from everything. You know, you got to take it away. That's all. Your point is to take her away. You're not keeping her there. So, and I don't see her like, no, this guy is I really found it weird, everyone, when you're stranded somewhere like that and somebody pulls up on you and you're just like, thank God, aren't you guys? No matter what kind of like state of mind you're in, you might have like went out to go party and you're on your way to party, or you just want to like free your mind on a ride. And, you know, you're like, whoa, fuck, my car, shit, it won't start. And you're like, damn, in the middle of fucking nowhere. And all of a sudden, here comes this fucking civilian. You're like, thank God, right? But apparently, this guy says she wasn't like, thank God. She was basically shooing him off. Like, no, I'm hiding something. Did something bad. Get away from me. You see that, guys? And then he's putting all this shit into the cops' heads about the fucking cars going by while he's on the phone like this. He is so obsessed with her safety, but she ends up missing and or dead. So that is a really oxymoron, really, no, there's something going on there. Very contradictory. Saying one thing and doing another, but saying one thing and saying another is like, well, bro, you're lying, you know, guys. I don't know how to explain that part. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought on that because this is so ridiculous, you know. Like, what the fuck is he talking about, homeboy? Like, you did everything to make sure she was safe because you knew she was alone there in that place, but and you didn't recognize her. You knew she was an out of towner, but and had car trouble and was stranded out in the cold and lightly cladded. But you didn't give a fuck enough to just to go home and lie to her and tell you that weren't gonna call the cops. Why'd you call the cops? But timing's not enough. So listen to me on the timing, okay? He takes her and he kidnaps her, but he doesn't kill her. So he would keep her alive. See? That's my point. That he keeps her alive, he calls the cops, and because he's got to have time with this stuff. He doesn't have enough time once he gets her. He's really, wow, that's really nice. Anyways, moving on. Demi Hawk says, things didn't go as planned. She probably went to chill with someone man. She was so drunk, things didn't go planned. That's why she had all the drinks. Yeah, all the drinks is... But I'm thinking all the drinks are left in the car. So if you're like gonna go out into the woods and do, you know, self-destruct, you're gonna take a bottle with you and you're gonna sip the bottle and cry and you're gonna drink all the liquor down and then you're gonna sit there and die of hypo against the tree, you know? So you're gonna take a bottle with you, you know? And that's why I don't see self-destruction. And I don't even see getting drunk and getting lost in the woods like that because you're gonna have that bottle. It's, you know, the whole point of taking the liquor is to drink it. So I don't understand. Leaving the liquor is an issue. She was probably told, we're going to come back to your car. I've seen it before, guys, you know? Killers do that. People do that. I don't know this person. I don't know this fucking person. They're just driving to the fucking school bus driver. And 8 o'clock at night down this... What is he picking up? Children of the Corn? Who's he picking up? Malachi? From behind the rose? Who is this bus driver, y'all? Don't mind me not to have him pick up my children. No, thank you, sir. We'll wait for the next bus. All right. So you have the crash. The car's windshield was cracked on the driver's side and both airbags had deployed. The car was locked. Stop. Stop. The car was locked. Why do you lock your car when you leave it? Tell me, guys. Tell me now to come back to the car. You plan on coming back to your car. That's why you lock it. And you plan on coming back to the vehicle. So you safely lock it. And you leave. Because you're going to come back. But why would you lock it when you leave so no one can enter it and get your possessions? Okay, guys? That's why. That's why the car's locked. She doesn't lock it and walk into the woods. She doesn't lock it. There's houses around. The person just offered help. There's no reason for her to lock her shit up safely and give a fuck about it. She's going to die in the next 10 seconds, you know, or plan a self-destruction. She plans on coming back for the stuff. That's why the car is locked. Because everyone leaves their car locked. If it breaks down, your car breaks down the side of the road, you got to hitch a ride from somebody. You lock the car with all your stuff in it. You son of a bitch. Ah! Maura. Maura. Well, where is she? Well, ask him. Ask him or ask the 2 or 3 cars that he said drove by. Whatever. Ask him. Don't ask this, ask me. Holy shit. That car was locked. Guys, if you have a car, I don't even own a car, okay? But I know car owners, when they get stuck on the side of the road and they have a bumper or fender bender, what do, guys? Tell me what they do. They lock their car before they leave with someone. They lock it so no one could take what's inside the car when they're gone because they plan on coming back to it. If she didn't care of coming back to the car, guys, she would have left it unlocked. Doors open, all kinds of shit. Nothing would have been secured. She secured it and left with someone. Demi Hawk says maybe she left to start anew. Negative. Maybe she did, but she never made it because of this. So yeah, maybe her motive was to start anew. I agree with you, Demi Hawk, but she never made it because of this. Because of what happened. Because of the car crash. And she ran into the wrong motherfucker. That's it. It's over with. That's why you locked the car. Because it answers my question. Because my question was, did she get lost? Did she get lost, drunk, lost? Yeah, start a new life, set this up really crazily to start no, not in 2004. No, we're good with that. Did she get lost? No, because this guy is like, you know, it's just everything we talked about. I don't need to rerun it. That's why I do the live stream, guys. Once, I do it once, and that's it. If I want to hear I run it back. I got it all recorded. So, put the pieces together, and that's that. I don't need to explain this any further. I don't want to. I do it once, and I'm done. No more. Hey, Renee Costner, you're welcome back. Hi, Renee. Thank you, Demi Hawk and Renee Costner. Thank you guys for lighting up this chat today on this stream. What do you think? I mean, so far, so good. I mean, what do you think? Can we maybe agree on a couple of points here? Key points, possibly. But thank you, Renee and Demi Hawk, and everybody else that liked. Thank you all. I can't really see the likes, but I think it's 13. Thank you so much. That's unbelievable. Thank you. I'm demonetized for over 4 years, so any support is so much appreciated. Thank you guys to keep me going, keep me streaming. Please, thank you. I love it. Thank you so much. Love speaking to you guys the most, I'll tell you that. But I love getting the truth out. Renee Cost, I like this app. Thank you. Demi Hawk says 14. Not sure what that means, but thank you, guys. Thank you. I like you too. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Okay, I'm reading more wiki. There's an alleged sighting. We're gonna stop with alleged sightings, honestly, because I don't see that as prudent to this matter. She will not be seen again after this. And that is that. Okay, cold case has it since 2009. She's a missing person. I'm just going through the Wikipedia here. There is the crime scenes, you know, just the cars. There's no blood. That's why there's no blood. That's why there's no blood. There's no signs of a struggle. It's voluntary. It's a voluntary leave. Because of the car being locked, she wasn't pulled away. There was no fight or resistance. Her car broke down. It wouldn't start. This person helped her. I'll give you a ride to the nearest gas. I'll give you a ride to my mechanic shop. Guys, it's perfect. And you know what it is? It's horror movie shit. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's horror movie shit. All right, I wanted it to be she got lost in the woods and died of hypothermia. Don't you think the Real Wham reviewer wants it to be something simple and nice? Why do you think I want it to be something like that? It's scary as hell. She doesn't know this place. She's really out of her head. She's over her head here. Where place to break down. Bad place. Wow, God. Demi Hawk says 22 people here. Come on, y'all. Like the live. Thank you, Demi Hawk. Let's go. Like the live. Get me up in the algorithm on my channel. Come on, guys. I'm demonetized for 4 years. Over 100,000 views on all my videos. Not a dime to me. Not a dime from YouTube to me. That's not fair. That's not right. Please. Thank you. Thank you, Demi Hawk. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Awesome. Come here, non-judge. Tell your opinion. When this happened. This happened in 2004. February 9th of 2004. Maura Murray disappeared after this car crash. Let me show you. So she pulls money out. That's Maura Murray pulled the last image of her ever seen from an ATM when she pulls $280 out of an ATM in cash. back in 2004. She ends up crashing her car right here. I have the Google Image Earth from now, 2026, to go right alongside that. You can see the overgrowth, and this is 2026. But just imagine it's snow. She's lightly cladded. Take note, you know. And this is where the car is found. Right there's the barn, and there's the car's damage to the tree. See? So crash, and never seen again after that. She is never to be seen. There's no forensics. You know why there's nothing in the car? You know why there's no blood in the car? There's no forensics? I told you why. Because this person said, you need a ride? Because she was crashed. She said, yeah, thank God. Thank God you showed up. And then she went and checked her car, locked everything up, and left with the person. She was killed and murdered. That's my opinion now. My opinion at first before doing this was always that she walked off into the woods or got lost and died of hypo. You know, the body's there close. Now the body could still be close. I'm not saying the body's still not close. I don't think her body's far. I still think it's here because it's a great place to hide a body, like anywhere around here. But I think she was alive. She was abducted, like they're saying. I think she was abducted and then kept alive for the purposes of what the abductor wanted and then disposed of shortly thereafter. And that's what you have. That's the whole scenario. That's why the evidence points to. That's why there's lack of evidence. That's why there's lack of this or that. You know? This person, I don't know them. They're just a bus driver, but there's nothing further. There's nothing further. That's it. There's nothing further, guys. You know, I wanted you to thank you for all the likes, guys. Thank you so much. Renee Costner says, when this happened, someone killed her. Right, Renee. I mean, I had preconceived notions for years that it was a possible. My thing was like, you know, just by the money, the alcohol, the behavior, the mental health, the location. I never thought horror movie, you know, killer comes up. Not even a killer. This could be not a seasoned person. This could be someone that is just did it on the fly because opportunity presented itself. So they took it. And that's the bottom line. And I know you don't want to hear it, but people are opportunistic. And that was the perfect time for this person. I don't know if they did it before. Don't ask me, because that's not my deal. You know? Then I can't sleep at night more because I got to go thinking about stuff like that in my head. You know? I got enough going through this brain, living this life, right, guys? We have enough. Demi Hawk says, okay, I got to go. Have a good night. Thank you, Demi Hawk. Have a good night. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here. I love it, though. I love putting my theories, not theories, I love putting down my truth to this shit. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to say it or ask it. But thank you, Demi Hawk. Thank you, Renee. You guys are wonderful. Everybody else, too. Thank you all. You guys mean everything to me. Trust me. I'm reading the comments. I'm taking it. I'm taking it all in. I hope you guys are taking this all in. What the fuck? So Fred arrived before dawn. I guess this is the dad. On February 11th at 8 a.m., Maury's family, New Hampshire Fish and Game, and others began to search. A tracking dog tracked the scent from one of Murray's gloves, 100 yards east from where the vehicle had been discovered, but lost the scent. 100 yards, not on foot. And he lost the scent. Why would you lose the scent? Take off. This suggested to police she had left the area in another car. Bang. The dogs don't fucking lie. I love me the dogs. In the Madeleine McCain case, I love me the dogs. I love me you dogs. Dogs trust their nose. They trust the dog. Years of inbred evolution. Come on, guys. There's no disputing that. A tracking dog tracked the scent from one of Murray's gloves 100 yards east from where the vehicle had been discovered but lost the scent. Possibly walked from the car and then was picked up. There's any case scenario there if you want to get detailed. But she ain't getting too far without being picked up first. Scent. This suggests to police she left the area in another car because the dog lost the scent. Unfamiliar scent. Unfamiliar person. At 5 p.m., Murray's boyfriend and his parents arrived in Haverhill around here. Murray's boyfriend was interrogated in private and was joined by his parents for questioning at 7 p.m. Police said they believe Murray came to the area to either run away or attempt self-destruction. Her family believed this was unlikely. Murray's boyfriend turned off his cell phone during his flight to Haverhill At some point, he received a voicemail that he believed was the sound of Murray sobbing. The call was traced to a calling card issued to the American Red Cross. The American Red Cross, sometimes referred to as ANRC, is an American nonprofit humanitarian organization that provides emergency assistance, disaster relief, and disaster preparedness education in the United States. Really? The fuck? Wow, that's pretty specific. Yes? The call was traced to a calling card issued to the American Red Cross. Okay. Well, the witness, one of the witnesses says they pulled over, right? Because they saw what looked like a police car, correct? American Red Cross, police car. I don't know. On February 12th, Maury's father and boyfriend held an evening press conference in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, and the next day the press conference was published. At 3:05 p.m., police reported Murray might be headed to the Kankamazuis highway area, and she was listed as endangered and possibly self-destructive. The police report also stated Murray was intoxicated at the crash site, although the bus driver who interacted with her said she did not appear impaired. I don't think she was impaired. You know why? Because the car's locked. She's on point. She's on point. Yeah, she's on point, y'all. She's locking that car. You wouldn't do that really if you're drunk. You wouldn't give a flying fuck. They make it look like she's gonna give it a flying fuck. She just leave the shit like it was. You know, doors open, doors unlocked. Fucking you intoxicated. Who gives a shit about locking the car? She didn't care. If she's gonna self-destruct, she wouldn't give a shit about locking the car, you guys. No self-destruction. She locked the car. She's coming back to the car. She planned on coming back to her things. No self-destruction. Take it out because of the act of the locked car. Thank you very much, right? That's undisputable. Yeah, it really is. It really is. That's why people lock their car when they leave them. The police report also stated Maury was intoxicated, blah, 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 blah. But the Haverhill police said that our concern is that she's upset or self-destructive. They keep pushing that. They keep pushing it. You know why they keep pushing? Give me a sec. That's good. This bus driver here was saying that she's not. And the cops are trying to say, well, she is. And they weren't even there, but he was there. And he's saying she wasn't. And they're saying, well, she had to be because there's all this liquor in the car. And he's saying, no, she wasn't. But I'm like, well, how do you know that? Right? That's a little weird that he goes against the cops. Why not just say, yeah, she was drunk? Sure, I don't know. Right? Yeah, sure, she could have been drunk. Fuck do I know? But he's for sure on that. She did not appear to be impaired. But he's sure on that, guys. This fucking bus driver, he's sure. Right? Pretty sure she was sober. Didn't smell any alcohol in her breath. Oh, I see. A week after Murray's disappearance, her father and boyfriend were interviewed by CNN's American Morning. Murray's family expanded their search to Vermont, dismayed the authorities that had not been informed of her disappearance. Although missing persons cases are normally handled by local and state police, the FBI did join the investigation 10 days after Murray's disappearance. The FBI interviewed relatives from Massachusetts. Families first, guys. If you hit them first, bang. 10 days after the disappearance in New Hampshire, Fish and Game conducted a second ground and air search using a helicopter with thermal imaging camera, tracking dogs, and cadaver dogs. Murray's older sister discovered a ripped white pair of women's underwear lying in the snow on a secluded trail near French Pond Road on February 20th, but DNA tests found that the underwear did not belong to Murray. At the end of February, well, whose was that? That's disgusting. At the end of February, the police returned the items found in Murray's car to her family. On March 2nd, the family checked out of the motel, exhausted from their search for their poor daughter. Fred returned nearly every weekend and continued searching. Man. April, Haverhill police informed him of complaints of trespassing on private property. The March 2004 disappearance of Brianna Matildon in Montgomery, Vermont, 66 miles away from the Murray's last sighting in Woodsville, drew comparisons from media and law enforcement due to the similarities in disappearances. However, state police have said there are no links between the two cases. Well, I don't know nothing about that. That's news to me. Well, I wouldn't be surprised though, right? What do you think? course. Why would I be surprised? I guess he did it again, guys. I guess he's doing this. Okay. It's not his first rodeo. Very good. In April and again in June, New Hampshire and Vermont police dismissed any connection between Murray's case and Matilda's. In a press release, they stated they believed that Maura was headed for an unknown destination and may have accepted a ride in order to continue to that location. Adding that they had discovered no evidence that a crime had been committed, they dismissed the possibility of a serial killer being involved. A serial killer is an individual who murders 3 or more people, with the killings taking place over a period of more than 1 month in 3 or more separate events. The FBI states that the motives of the serial can include, I'm not going any further, it's cut off. Check it. I want to read this, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to read this. Thank you for the 15 likes. Really appreciate all of you liking. Been demonetized before you, so any support is welcome. Thank you so much for liking the stream. On July 1st, police retrieved the items found in Murray's vehicle from her family for forensic analysis. On July 13th of 2004, a 1-mile radius search was performed by nearly 100 searchers, including state troopers, rescue personnel, volunteers. 100-mile radius, good shit, close. Well, 1-mile radius, close range. From the car, spread out, start walking a mile. Good shit. What did they find? It was the 4th search around the crash site and the first search performed without snow on the ground. Authorities were most interested in locating the black backpack Murray had in her possession but not found in her car. This person's taking souvenirs, right? She took it with her, but he's keeping it. Police stated that the search discovered nothing conclusive and she's not out there. That she's not out there. They're searching it like tooth and comb. Taken away from the location. In late 2004, a man allegedly gave Murray's father a rusty stained knife that belonged to the man's brother, who had a criminal past and lived less than a mile from where a car was discovered. His brother and his brother's girlfriend were said to have acted strangely after the disappearance, and the man's brother claimed he believed the knife had been used to kill Murray. Several days later, the knife was given to Murray's father. The man's brother allegedly scrapped his Volvo. Family members of the man who turned in the knife claimed he had made up the story in order to obtain reward money in the investigation, and that he had a history of drug use. In 2005, Fred Murray petitioned blah fucking blah, right? Booga booga on that rest shit. Searches, more money spent, more this, more that, more analyzing, nothing. Murray's disappearance has been cited as the first crime mystery of the social media age and generated speculation from the media and the public, specifically on the internet and online forums and message boards. Writing for Boston Magazine in 2014, Bill Jensen noted, now at least online, it's often seen that there's no such thing as a cold case. But when Maura Murray disappeared, the social web was in its infancy. There was no YouTube and no Twitter. On the day Murray went missing, Facebook was 5 days old, and so you could read the history of her case as a parable about the evolution of online sleuthing. In 2005, active discussion of Murray's disappearance was documented on websleuths.com, and in 2007, Facebook and MySpace pages were created dedicated to helping find her. On the internet, Maura's disappearance is the perfect obsession, a puzzle of clues that offers a tantalizing illusion. If the right armchair detective connects the right dots, maybe the unsolvable can be solved. And so every day, the case attracts new recruits, analyzing and dissecting and reconstructing the details of her story with a Warren Commission-like fever. Bill Jensen, the Boston, 2014. Right on, Bill. Right on, Billy. That's it. That's it. You have it. There's nothing else, you know? I'm staring at the crime scene here. Basically, I'm staring at Maura Murray at that ATM. Her face is solemn. Her face is not happy at all. Wow. You know, this person could have possibly been in the car. I'm not saying, guys, they weren't already there, possibly, and abducted her from the school and did all this and drove back to their house, like near their house, I can't tell you. You know, I can't tell you that this person actually did all this with her and told her to pull the 280, told her to pull the alcohol, because there's so much, like the chat saying, possibly a party, other people involved, right? I can't say this is usual behavior or unusual. Either way, you know, either way, this person, she crashes the car with the person inside. The neighbor thought they saw somebody smoking a bogey, whatever it is. Stogie would have been on the ground or something. But anyways, the fucking point is, like, you know, like you're more, she's got to crash the car. You crash the car. And then you're making up this whole fucking story. Like, it's just, no, it's just so much, but it's possible. You know, I mean, you take her before that. Why the weird direction, right? Why the change in shift in direction, you know? In her behavior. That's something that bothers me, you know? I know what we're saying here, you know? But it seems like this snowstorm canceling school would have her just chill out and go drink. Not to go drive miles to the middle of nowhere with no clear destination, you know? It doesn't make sense to me. That behavior. And they say, well, we're a viewer. You're not thinking like a mentally ill person, possibly. Well, no, well, listen, you know. Come on now. I mean, shit, we all get depressed and shit. Some eat ice cream. Some cry for hours. You know, some take showers. No, you know, this is a little extreme. Yes, very extreme. If you're that depressed. You couldn't even probably drive this much if you were that depressed. Way too much work to self-destruct. You'd stay home and self-destruct. You don't need to do all that traveling. What is that? But she's checking her fucking voicemail. See, guys, that's what I'm talking about abduction before. This abductor is not going to let her go into stores. This abductor is not going to let her use her cell phone. You hear what I'm saying? That's why, no. That's why all this you're seeing at the ATM is gotta be her. Like, there's no one, you know, there's no secret person at gunpoint. There's nothing being held. She doesn't have a kid being in the car. She doesn't have a dad being held in the car at gunpoint. There's nothing to, like, keep her from just... And why did she go into the bank? Like, what is this ATM shit? Like, I don't have answers on that. So I'll never have those answers, right? They're not on Wiki. They're not on... You just gotta go to Reddit about this time, but... All right. So she... Wow, that's a hell of a move. This place is so far out, guys. It's a hell of a move, right? One moment, stop. Why did I say, so on Monday, shortly after midnight on Monday, so this is the morning of, shortly after midnight on Monday, February 9th, Murray used her personal computer to search MapQuest, it's like the Google Maps of the day, for directions to the Berkshires in Burlington, Vermont. Wow. She's headed that way? Where is that? And that wasn't that other killer, the other abduction in Vermont? Wow. What was that other abduction? The fuck? Hold on. Burlington? What the? Oh, man. Oh, in Montgomery, Vermont. And this would be, she was trying to go to Vermont, and that's pretty weird. They said there's no connection? Nice! Oh, wow. So that's weird, right, guys? They say this... Oh, nice. There's no connection. Nice. Sorry, guys, I'm losing my train of thought here. I'm trying to keep to what my point was. The Burlington, she's headed over there to Vermont. So that's what she's doing then, right? She's over to Vermont. Is that the way you would drive to get to Vermont? I'm pretty sure that's the way you would drive then to get to Vermont. Yes, let me just go all the way out here. Where's Vermont? Possibly. I don't know. I mean, sure. Sure, guys. All right. Makes sense. The first reported contact Maura had with anyone on February 9th was at 1 p.m. when she did email her boyfriend. I love you more, stud. I got your messages, but honestly, I didn't feel like talking too much of anyone. I promised to call today, though. Love you, Maura. Murray also made a phone call inquiring about renting a condominium in Bartlett, New Hampshire, where her family had vacationed in the past. Telephone records indicate the call lasted 3 minutes, but the owner did not remember the call and did not rent to Murray at 1:13 p.m. Murray called a fellow nursing student, though the reason is unknown. John Healy, a New Hampshire private investigator familiar with the case, said that she may have arranged to give her scrubs to a fellow nursing student. Family member Helena Murray posted that Maura might have called because she was returning scrubs she had previously borrowed. In the afternoon on Monday, at around 1:24, Murray emailed the work supervisor of the nursing school faculty that she would be out of town for a week due to a death in her family. According to her family, no such death had taken place. Murray also said she would contact them when she returned. At 2:05 p.m., Murray called a number which provides record information about booking hotels in Stowe, Vermont. The call lasted 5 minutes. At 2:18, she telephoned her boyfriend and left a voice message promising him they would talk later. This call ended after 1 minute. She packed her shit and left. Okay. Fine. I'm with it. I'm with it then. It's voluntary. There's no pressure of death. There's no threat of death. She's doing this on her own accord. She crashes at 7:20, sometime after 7. A Woodsville, New Hampshire resident heard a loud thump outside her home. Through her window, she could see a car up against the snowbank. I showed you that overhead, also known as whatever road, on the sharp corner adjacent to her home. Okay, the car pointed west. Okay, right. Don't get, fuck those, do not get lost in that bullshit, right? Keep it on it. The car pointed, blah. The resident telephoned the police at 7:27. Okay, to report the accident. Sorry, guys, what I'm thinking here is that this person's seeing this. They're seeing what's happening here. They see the car. Because they're describing how it's... Okay. The woman claimed to have seen a man smoking a cigarette inside the car. However, she later stated she had not seen a man nor a person smoking a cigarette, but rather had seen what appeared to be a red light glowing from inside the car, potentially from a cell phone. So it's dark. It's dark. It's dark. Dark at 7. Dark. Dark at 7. My point about being dark, she's not walking away in the woods when it's dark. That's even more reason. It's cold. It's dark. She's in an unfamiliar place. She's not walking around. No. Good shit. A passing motorist then. Now here is the angel, right? Or the Grim Reaper. Is it the angel or the angel of darkness? The angel of light or a passing motorist? A school bus just happened to be passing by. Perfect opportunity. Stopped at the scene. He saw the car as well as a young woman walking around the vehicle. Yeah, he sure did. The bus driver noticed the young woman was not bleeding or visibly injured, but cold and shivering. She's gonna... Guys, you wanna listen to this? Why would she be cold and shivering when she could just hop in the car? Okay, because the car's not starting, so you have no heat. Got it. Right? So why wouldn't she ask this nice stranger to hop in his car to get warm if she's cold and shivering? What keeps her from getting in this guy's car? This guy keeps giving you reasons why she won't get in his car, but gives you every other reason why she possibly got in everybody else's car. Do you hear what I'm saying? 17 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for knowing Double E Real is. Thank you. Appreciate you loving the streams, man. I love this shit. I love coming to the truth, right? Coming to something that I can actually eat, you know, and swallow without choking on it, spitting it out. So what is that, right? What is that? He's giving you every reason why she denied help. He offered to call for help, but she pleaded with him, no, don't. The woman asked him not to call the police. One police report says pleaded. And he assured him she had already called AAA. Knowing there was no cellular reception in the area, the bus driver continued home and called the police. So he knows she's lying. Guys, I think I'm through. Yeah. The bus driver was unable to see Mauri's car. Guys, what? Oh, I'm so over it. There you have it. So what it is, the car being locked is what gives me the notion she's abducted. She planned on coming back to the car, back to her possessions, hence locking the car and jumping into another vehicle. Why the dog track is left and leaves at 100 yards and loses the scent of her, and she's never seen again. She is abducted and she's murdered. And you know why. And it's not robbery. It's opportunity and it's moment. Wrong place, wrong time for Maura Murray. Sad to say. Okay? That's that. Jonathan Tate says, hey, I'm sorry for being rude earlier. Please forgive me. I promise. John, you're cool, man. No worries, Jonathan. You're cool, my brother. Unbelievable, huh? So journalist Joe McGee, writing for the Quincy, Massachusetts Patriot Ledger, summarized the incident at a hairpin turn. I showed you that hairpin turn, right? Yeah, I did. So, yeah, Jonathan. Think about your life, brother. I don't like you, Jonathan. Journalist Joe McGee, writing for the Quincy, Massachusetts Patriot Ledger, summarizes, at a hairpin turn, I showed you the turn, she went off the road. Her car hit a tree. At that point, a person came along who was driving a bus. It was a neighbor. He asked her if she needed help. She refused. About 10 minutes later, police showed up in the scene and Maura Murray was gone. So I leave it to you guys. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I'll leave it to you on what happened there. You know? Logical, guys. We go by Occam's razor here in every video. The Real Review goes by Occam's razor when we do these investigations and cases, studies, whatever you want to call it, podcast, whatever we do. We do Occam's razor. The simplest, most logical explanation is the truth. It's the most truthful. All right? It's the most simple, logical reasoning and answer is the truth. Okay, guys? That's what we go by. So, thank you very much, everyone, for the, wow, massive likes there. I appreciate it. It's massive to me, guys. Been demonetized for over 4 years, 100,000 views or more. Thank you so much for everything you do for the Real Reviewer. He'll never forget it. I really appreciate the support. I'll be back with another live stream. We're going to go harder. I have a hell of a case coming up. I have a hell of a case, baby. Been waiting on one, everybody. It's one I've never done before, and it's a brutal. Yeah, I can't even speak about it. So we're going to charge the phone. We're going to recharge my batteries, and we're going to come back and do more and more and more. Yeah. I'm putting Jonathan in timeout, guys, for another 24 hours. He can come back later and when he thinks about himself some more. I don't believe him. You think the Real Reviewer is easily tricked and fooled? No, I usually allow myself to be because I want to believe people are nice and kind, just like Maura Murray. All right, guys, you want to believe people are nice and kind and their intentions are true, but look at the chat. You know, you got to watch it. You know, I'm not being fooled. You know, I've been through a lot. You know, I've been hurt a lot. You know, have you been hurt a lot? Well, trust me, you know, been close, too many times. So I'm over it. You know, we're growing up here. It's big boy shit. So get your balls up, let them drop, and we come up in here, yeah? Then we can talk. All right, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for the likes. I appreciate everybody for their time in this. It's really Maura Murray case, guys. Isn't it a hell of a case? You know, it's a hell of a case. It's a hell of a case study. It's a hell of a talk. It's a hell of a coffee. You know, I make some coffee, guys. We could talk about it, yeah? Beautiful. That's a hell of a case, guys. But that's my assumption on this. All right, that's it. That's all. You have it here. Thank you all.